and welcome to Good News Friday. Mike Subban is here. I'm Joey Arbor. Welcome in, everybody, and happy Friday to you. There are still people affecting change in this big old country that we have here and throughout the world, for that matter. And it is always an honor, Mike, to speak with them. We had a really good conversation with Ruben from Coney Island. It's a prep school up there, and really progressive things that Ruben is doing, working with the students and trying to get them to the next place, the next level in life. How important is it to start from the early time of when you have a child and training them, educating, instructing them as to what potentially they can do with their lives? And the impact that our education system can have on a young person, that's life-changing many times. It actually sets the course for what they will become vocationally, or working from a perspective of taking their creativity, their passions, their specific goals, and being able to maximize them with instruction and education, courses that are geared specifically to the talent of a young person. It's exciting to talk to educators, Mike. School systems. CharityTracker is the perfect way to bring in a way of keeping track of data on your students. And we're hearing this conversation from people that are doing this. They're actually tracking the data that's specifically associated with the student. They're able to set goals to be able to focus in on the status of a student. And just being able to take a student and maximize the capability from a referral perspective within the school system. You have multiple guidance counselors or, case counselors that are working with the student, but being able to put everyone on the same page at the same time, so that then now they have a plan to work there with the student, that whether it's a crisis that they're going through, or perhaps it's the special education that a child needs. And just being able to bring everyone in so they can focus like a laser beam on those next steps, being able to assess the current status of that student. Mike, our children, they're our future, and we want to make sure we give them every opportunity. And CharityTracker is there from a school perspective to help out with the data.
I remember the many years ago when I was looking at collective impact, and they were had an organization in Cincinnati called Strive Together, and they created a cradle to career program. And I often thought, what if we could measure people's capabilities from cradle to career? What if you could measure that and have the data on that, and then get to the point where you could make recommendations based upon what you're learning and gathering from these individuals, and then have the business community out here who was looking for a particular skill set from individuals that were in the school system. And lo and behold, CharityTracker does that.
Yeah.
And it keeps track of all that information, outcomes, assessments, and you can do that in CharityTracker. And then, but mainly schools use us for social services.
Right.
To keep track of those kids who are homeless. Yeah. And homeless, their definition of homeless is they have no permanent place of residence. They sleep on one couch tonight, another couch another night, somebody else's home, and they're tossed around from people to people, and they keep track of their whether they're having enough food, because the food is a problem, because if they don't eat, then they can't stay awake and they can't learn.
Yeah.
The problem just keeps perpetuating itself. But CharityTracker keeps track of all that, and it does so in a HIPAA compliant, which is a safe handling of confidential information. And we've never had a breach in all the years we've been involved in this work, 17 years, in fact. And we've got school systems that use CharityTracker. I wish more did. I really do.
Yeah, Mike, one of our great case examples is our friends up in Decatur. The school system there is taking advantage of being able to track that information from a social service, a social counselor perspective there within the school. Various schools, that's part of the network, but they're all working together and sharing information there, especially within the guidance counselors, working to be able to determine a plan to get the student, if there is some type of crisis that's going on, and you were talking about food insecurity there. Sometimes a lot of these students, the only balanced meal that they're going to get all day long is there with lunch or school lunch program or the breakfast that the school is bringing in there. So it's so important that we're measuring this information so that we are able to then determine as to what additional needs are there and being able to work from a community perspective. And you were talking about the business. How important is it that we not only train a student and educate them, but that we work with to get them a job placement? Working with businesses, allowing businesses to know, hey, this student right here has gone through all the coursework, has met the criteria from, the grading perspective to get to this place to where they will be a fantastic employee for your company. This kind of awareness and information, that's gold to an employer. Knowing that we have a capable, qualified student there that's going to come right in and be able to adapt with our processes, a special skill set that they've been trained on. There's so many things that can be accomplished utilizing CharityTracker, but again, the focus in on the data. And, so many times, Mike, as we start out these conversations, just assuring everyone that this isn't like Facebook, that this student's information is not being compromised on the internet and it's out there for everyone to see. And just letting everyone know that, that information is guarded. And we do our very best here to make sure that our system is always at that HIPAA compliance and making sure that we're not compromising any information. No data is compromised there for the student's perspective. We protect our children. That's important to you. It's important to us here at Simon Solutions. But having some really good conversations with schools, Mike, and I think more and more schools are hearing about the capability. They're realizing that, all right, we're not going to be compromising these students' information and putting them at additional risk. We got to get our information in so we can work proactively together and get the child the help that they need. How important is that? This is our future. We're investing in it. We're investing in it to make sure that we have features that help in accomplishing this, like outcomes and assessments, and just being able to put everyone on the same page. At the same time, internally, from a referral perspective, there may be one guidance counselor that wants to let another guidance counselor know about a specific issue or something that they want to alert them with. Keeping everyone on the same page at the same time there within the school system. That's what CharityTracker does. So, hey, always an honor speaking with everyone there that's an educator. We appreciate you teachers out there, your hard work, you counselors there within these school systems. And our goal here is to provide you with ways of being able to work with these students. It's really important. Hey, we've got a lot of different things going on here. We're very excited about the client scheduling capability and being able to incorporate that within a Google Calendar. I mean, I don't know about you, but I use Google. That's my calendar right there. I'm able to keep track of my day based upon the Google Calendar. We're going to be releasing that new development. We're very excited about that. Mike, we're hearing a lot of people asking about this as well. They know that we've got this coming, and they've been like, "Have you got it yet? Have you got it? Have you got it yet?" Yeah, we're coming up on the release of that. The launch is just days away, and we're of course letting you know as a CharityTracker customer. But if you're not using CharityTracker, it's those kinds of features that we're all about, putting everyone on the same page at the same time. Your clients can actually schedule on your calendar very valuable time and get reminders. How important is it to make sure that a client knows about their appointment? I know myself personally, I love to be reminded, hey, you've got an appointment at so-and-so. This is, coming up here. Just giving you a heads up, those kinds of things. But really back again to just being able to work from a client perspective and being able to schedule on an agency's calendar, perhaps as a counselor that you're working with. This gentleman I spoke with the other day, and that's where his goal was. He wanted to be able to schedule a time with his agency that he was seeing, a counselor. So here we are. We're coming up on the capabilities of doing that. We're very excited about that here at Simon Solutions. We're never through. We're never satisfied with the status quo. That's our mission statement, and very proud to be in service with all of you out there. For Mike Simon, all of us here at Simon Solutions, take care, everybody. Have a great weekend.